The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, has announced an extension of the 2025 admissions deadline for public universities across Nigeria from October 31st to November 17th, 2025. Hi, welcome to What's Happening. These are our top 10 stories countdown today. At number 10. A strong earthquake killed at least 20 people in northern Afghanistan, authorities said Monday, just months after another deadly tremor that left the country reeling. The 6.3 magnitude quake struck overnight at a depth of 28 kilometers, with the epicenter near the city of Mazar-e-Sharif, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. At number 9, the Nigeria Boxing Federation has announced the appointment of former international Olaleyin as its new technical director, Punch Sport Extra reports. A Commonwealth Games silver medalist, Olaleyin brings a wealth of experience from both the ring and the corner, having represented Nigeria on the global stage and later transitioned into coaching. He guided the national boxing team to a historic outing at the 2024 African Games, where Nigeria enjoyed a strong showing under his technical leadership. Olaleyin also led the country's boxing contingent to the Paris 2024 Olympics, earning plaudits for his tactical input and player management. At number 8, the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have uncovered a secret laboratory used for producing Colorado, a potent synthetic strain of cannabis, inside a residential building at Ajao Estate in the Isolo area of Lagos State. Femi Babafemi disclosed this in a statement, said the owner of the laboratory, 30-year-old Stephen Imo, was arrested during a raid following months of surveillance and intelligence gathering on the local production of this psychoactive substance. At number 7, the Association of Resident Doctors in the Federal Capital Territory Administration has vowed to continue its ongoing strike until all of its outstanding demands are met. The ARDFCTA lamented that despite several assurances and interventions, none of the key issues raised months ago have been implemented. Speaking at a press briefing in Abuja on Monday, the president of ARDFCTA, Dr. George Ebong, said the strike, which was initially suspended 6 weeks ago, following the intervention of the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and the National Assembly, resumed due to the government's failure to honor its promises. At number 6, Backbone Infrastructure Limited has secured funding commitments exceeding $50 billion for the development of a 500,000 barrels per day refinery and the Sunshine Free Trade Zone in Ilaje local government area of Ondo State. The funding was facilitated through a joint venture agreement between BINL and NEFEX Holdings Limited of Canada, marking one of the largest single private sector investment packages targeted at Nigeria's downstream oil and gas industry. According to a statement issued by the company on Monday, the investment follows the signing of a memorandum of understanding between BINL, the Ondo State government, through the Ondo State Investment Promotion Agency in July. At number 5, billionaire businessman Femi Otedola has expressed support for President Bola Tinubu's decision to implement a 15% import tariff on petrol and diesel. In a statement by Otedola, the businessman said the policy is a bold step towards protecting Nigeria's refining and energy investment landscape. He added that the tariff will safeguard the billions of dollars invested in domestic refining infrastructure and promote industrialization. At number 4, a consultant neurosurgeon, Dr. Tochukwu Mbonago, with the Nnamdi Azikiwe University Teaching Hospital in Nnewi, Anambra State, has been kidnapped by gunmen. The Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare confirmed and condemned the incident, describing it as deeply troubling and unacceptable. In a statement signed by the Minister of State for Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Isiaq Salako, the government expressed deep concern over the incident. At number 3, Osun State Governor Ademola Adeleke has called for renewed diplomatic engagement between Nigeria and the United States amid rising security tensions. In a statement by his spokesperson, Olawale Rashid, Adeleke urged peaceful dialogue following U.S. President Donald Trump's recent threat of military action against Nigeria. The governor appealed for constructive diplomacy rooted in the long-standing partnership between the two nations. At number 2, heavy security was deployed at the national headquarters of the People's Democratic Party in Abuja as former vice chairman of PDP North Central, Abdulrahman Mohammed, resumed his role as the party's acting national national chairman. Earlier, Mohammed and his supporters gathered at the FCT office of the PDP, where he addressed the crowd, confirming that he would be taking over as acting national chairman. At number 1, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board (JAMB) has announced an extension of the 2025 admissions deadline for public universities across Nigeria from October 31st to November 17th, 2025. A statement posted on JAMB's official X handle noted that the decision was taken following emergent circumstances to give institutions more time to complete their admission processes. That's all for today. See you next time on What's Happening.